Hello friends, what I want to show you in this video is something that is absolutely amazing. It's a feature in Adobe Photoshop CC called Perspective Warp. Let's get started. Now I have a photo, and make a duplicate layer by pressing Ctrl+J. That is not necessary, but this way we get to see difference between before and an after. Now go to Edit and see the drop-down menu and you see Perspective Warp. If you don't, no big deal. Just go out to the Creative Cloud and download the latest version of Photoshop. Perspective Warp literally allows to enter a three-dimensional world to change the perspective of the image. So, if I click somewhere, you can see your first grid. You will see 4 pins in it, so go to a pin, move the pins just like that. We can get in the middle, and move it around as a whole. If I go to the any pin side, top, or bottom and drag, I can move it. But the trick is, if you hold down the Shift key at the same time and move it, it changes the perspective too. And with the help of these pins, we will adjust the perspective, according to the building here. You can use your arrow keys, to gently nudge it into place, or get on it. We want to place this grid, on one side of the building. We need 2 planes on this, and we're going to use this right here, as our dividing line. If we click somewhere else, another grid will be created. Here we have to attach the 2 grids together. Grab it right here, and drag it over, but don't hold the Shift key. Just drag it over, until you see a blue line up here pin to pin, it will match it. And, as soon as you release the mouse button, both of them will be attached to each other. Here we have to adjust this grid, according to the angle of the building. We will adjust that angle, with the help of these 2 pins, on the left. While adjusting, we will try to keep our lines vertical, to the grid. Again, don't forget you can use your arrow keys, if you want it precise. That's not too bad, but what I want to do is extend it out. But, I have to move it, perspectively. So, hold the Shift key, before you drag it just like that. Alright, now we've got the box built, around the buildings. We're talking about you, you are the photographer, you are the designer. What looks good to you? You are about to enter the world of 3D. If we need to adjust it further by zooming in, we will do so. And, don't forget to use the arrow keys, to be precise. Now, I'm here to show you what it can do. Come over here, and you will see Layout and Warp, so click Warp. That's going to be much easier, so click this button right here, and watch what happens. Well, it begins to straighten it out, but the pins are still independent. Now you have another one, that does your horizontals, if you want to do that. No, we don't have to do that either. This one does both, horizontal and vertical, but we don't want to. We have to enter the world of 3D. Come over to this line, hold the Shift key down, until it turns yellow, and then click on it. As soon as we clicked, this line became perfectly straight vertical. Now here, both the bottom and top pins are locked in place. Watch this, if I come down here, and move this point left or right, it locks the top one in. So, the other part is in perspective, and allows me to literally change the perspective. Now you are a designer, you are a photographer, you are a creator. Now, I will decide what the perspective of this building should be. We look down from the top, the angle is bad, this perspective is not correct. If it wasn't perfectly vertical, it is now, where the photograph was taken. Now let's say you like that, so you can set it by clicking, right here. Well, there you go. If I turn it on and off, you can see the change, before and the after. So, we've changed the perspective of the building. Now let's try another image. Do the same thing, press Ctrl+J to create a duplicate layer. And here we selected perspective warp. We created a grid, and we'll adjust it here. We will do the same work on this building, so you will understand it better. Here we adjust this grid, according to the perspective of this building. And these grid lines will tell you whether our angle is correct or not. Click on the pin, and use the arrow keys to adjust it precisely. Adjust the bottom pin a little too, because the angle we got here wasn't right. Now we'll create another grid by clicking on the other side. If we drag this grid and move it closer to the other grid, the vertical lines of both will turn blue. And when we release the buttons, they will stick to each other, like magnet. Now, with the help of the pins, on the right, we have to adjust the angle of the grid, according to the perspective of the building. Here we will adjust the angle, according to the building by looking at the lines inside the grid. And, by pressing the Shift key, we will drag it to the right. Now we will select the warp, and as soon as you press Shift and move the mouse closer to the line, its color will change to yellow. And if we click on it, this line will be adjusted perfectly vertically. Now you have entered the 3D world. Now, you can change the perspective of the building with the help of this pin. And you can also adjust the building from the top pin in this way. Remember to use the arrow keys to be precise. Now if you are satisfied with this perspective here, so, if you press enter, you will exit the 3D world. And, now you can see the difference between before and after. Perspective warp is an amazing tool in brand new Photoshop CC. It literally allowing you to get back into the third dimension and change the position of where the photograph was taken. Well, that's about it. This is Kaiser Qureshi saying, keep learning, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And thanks for watching.